So today is our sixth session. So I was suggested to talk on how to focus, and we should include the practice to gain remarkable focus. Do I have to worry about focus? Every day before I go to sleep, I have an agenda very clear in my mind. You see that? Pay attention. So I have a very clear agenda in my mind. In the morning, I will spend 2.5 hours in my own meditation. Perhaps in a year, I miss only 1 or 2 times. Otherwise, I wake up at 4 to 6:30 is my own time. Pay attention. What is the secret behind the focus? And at 6:30, I know my agenda. Professional, social, personal, and I keep my mind 100% available to me with that agenda. Do I need to focus? I don't need to focus. It is always so natural. So natural. From there you start the journey. Why I don't have a focus? So our masters speak that it is because of the impurity in the mind. I'm not talking of religion, sin, and no. It is normal. When I don't have any agenda set in the mind that is very clear, the mind takes all the thought pattern from the past, from the memories, and then the mind starts working. I don't want those thoughts, and still the mind is working. Why? The mind does not have a right direction. Are you understanding? Are you picking up? So simple to understand. So the masters explain in a different way, so I'm taking those principles in this session to make you understand. So they say, to succeed in any endeavor, including meditation, we need 2 things. Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta means mind, Shuddhi means purification. And we also need Chitta Ekagrata. Chitta means mind, Ekagrata means one-pointedness, focused mind. So the master says both purification and the focus are required to succeed in meditation, not only in meditation, in any endeavor. So let us understand a bit more. If the mind lives in a purified state, do you need focus? It is already there. It is already there. The focus is already there. Do you understand that? So now what causes the impurity? So if we understand what causes the impurity, it is very easy for us to remain focused. So now go little deeper. There are certain thought patterns that I don't want in my mind. If I don't have those thought patterns, then I say I am focused. But why those thought patterns are there in the mind? Because of these thoughts, the mind is wandering. Have you seen some of the thoughts you get obsessed with? Some of the thoughts has an element of craving. I think I'm not going to ask you, but you know it. Some of the thoughts you have an obsession, some of the thoughts you have an element of craving. So what the mind will do? Mind will run after that. So why those craving and obsession you have? Go on asking questions. It is not the journey of meditation is not a matter of faith. It is a matter of clear understanding followed by the practice. So why we have those obsession and craving? Can I say because of likes and dislikes? A thought of a like begins in the mind. Then that thought becomes very thick, if I say so. Just to explain you, it becomes very thick. So thickened thought pattern is what is attachment. Attachment brings craving, wandering, obsession. Even if you are listening to me, your mind may pass a thought pertains to your attachment, your likes and dislikes, and that causing the obsession and the craving. So you have a thought, I will have a cup of tea after the session. Example. Sometime I read also the thoughts of people, yeah. Sometime. You see that? Look at this. Look at this. So it means thought becomes thicker, it is an attachment, and when it becomes a thick like a glue, it sticks to your mind, it repeats and repeats itself. A repetition of those thoughts at the subconscious level that you don't want is what you call the wandering mind, obsessed mind, you call the craving. Now, continue further. Why I have likes and dislikes? Why it becomes an attachment? We should know it. There should be a clear understanding. Why I have likes and dislikes? Why I have attachment? Our Masters gives a beautiful answer. I like or dislike, I have an attachment or detachment because my mind projects happiness in those objects and things and people. You don't project happiness in anything. Will you have an attachment? But why I project happiness? Yeah, we should ask the question. Go on asking the question. Why should I project happiness? Because I don't experience happiness within me. There is a sense of emptiness within me. So I have to run after an object, a person, a thing in the world outside, which I like. So I like it. Then there is a strong liking. What is the strong liking? The thought keeps repeating. When the thought keeps repeating, then what it is? Then it becomes an attachment. So now I forgot happiness. I am simply attached and the mind is constantly working. Who is responsible for your wandering? Now the next question comes. Who is responsible for your wandering mind? Who is responsible for your obsession? Who is responsible for your craving mind? Who is? Is a cup of coffee or you? And if you answer you have started the journey of meditation. Our master says you have to inquire, you have to reason, ask why to the mind, reach to the root cause of it. You will say no, because the coffee contains, what contains? Caffeine? Yes. It contains caffeine, so it stimulates my brain. I like it. Is it a wrong notion or a right notion? Science says it is a right notion. But we are making a journey to the meditation. I have heard from thousands of people. Tell me, is sugar sweet? It is the nature of the sugar, sweetness. Why the sweetness becomes a poison to a person who is suffering from diabetes? The sugar is still sweet. Sweetness is still there. It is because of my liking, disliking, attachment. It is not because the coffee contains a stimulant, so it stimulates my brain. Why does not it stimulate the bottle or a cup? Can I remove this wrong notion first? The moment I remove the wrong notion, I am ready for a natural focus of the mind. So we have, I would say, 100 tools to remove the impurities in the mind. It is not only this journey of understanding the impurities of the mind. You have a strong liking and disliking, you have an attachment, you have a craving, you have an obsession. That's why the mind is running after those things, repeating. Repetition is happening in the mind. Now someone blocks that pattern of thought. What happens? Agitation, anxiety, anger, delusion, egoism. All these are actually known as the impurities of the mind. They are known as the 6 impurities of the mind. So they have not, so once you understand the previous explanation, a strong attachment and detachment, craving, what is craving? What is obsession? It is simply a desire. So if the desire is fulfilled, your mind wants to repeat it again and again. A repetition of that fulfilling the desire is known as greed. Well, if the desire is not fulfilled, then what happens? Anxiety, agitation, anger. So what happens both in repeating the desire and not able to fulfill the desire of anxiety, it leads to delusion. Delusion further strengthens likes and dislikes, and it builds a personality around us. How beautiful the description of lack of focus and the impurities. So we have thousands, I would say hundreds of practices. One is coming from mantra yoga. You use the mantra to discipline and educate the mind, to drop those impurities. That is also known as japa yoga. Second is you drop and dissolve the projection of a happiness in the objects outside. So what will happen if you drop and dissolve those projection of happiness outside? Mind is always clear. Mind remains clear all the time. You don't need to focus. It is already there as a focus. And that is what happens in regular practice of meditation. I'm just pointing you. You have to listen and learn these principles again and again and again, so that these principles are moving into your mind as a thought pattern, instead of those thought pattern that is causing the attachment, that is causing the craving, that is causing the obsession. So I have to remember, listen, and after remembering and listening, I have to contemplate. I have to think it over. Think it over. Another practice that we normally use for a temporary relief is the breathing practices, which is also known as pranayama. They also help you to gain a tremendous focus. One couple of things more and then we'll start with what is the result of removal of impurity? How do you know that? In the very beginning, you experience the body becomes totally still, freezes. You have a strong tingling sensation, the numbness in the body. You are already safe in any meditation that I offer. You start listening some pleasing sounds deep inside your head. So don't think that it has to do something with your any problem. You may have a vision of colors. You experience a total inner calm and relaxation. You start remaining indifferent to the outer events. Let me have a cup of coffee. Not because of attachment, just for the sake of taking a coffee. Sometime my honey prepares a cup of tea. Can I prepare? Yes, good. Can I give you a coffee? Yes. Indifferent. I like it. Indifferent. Mind is indifferent. I'm still taking a coffee or tea. It is still working on the brain. But there is no thought pattern. Do you understand that? That state is known as, the higher state of meditation is known as equanimity. Equanimity. Now, I started with explaining you that I have a clear agenda every day. I don't sleep. I have a clarity of what I'm going to do tomorrow. Now I have a free time. I will observe my mind, where the mind is going. I will do something creative. I will write, or I'll absorb into meditation, or I will enjoy my own state of calmness and peace. What did I tell you? If you don't have a clear agenda because of continuously running mind, both factors, the impurity of the mind and because you don't have a clear-cut agenda. Let us go a little deeper. What is that clear-cut agenda about life? Do you have a clarity about the purpose of life, goal of life in your... If you don't have it, one day you may be focused, other day you will not be. The goal of life should be clear. Recall, remember, in your mind as a thought. That is what makes you naturally focused. So in today's practice, the stage 1, which only takes you 5 minutes. That is what I say, being comfortable and being carefree. So if you do only the first step, which takes 5 minutes, 5 times a day, only for about a week, you will see the change. Well, but you need to do this practice, which I am recording and sending you every day in the morning and evening. And if you have more time, why don't you do the practice? I'm earning $10,000, and you say, oh, can I give you 20K? I said, yes, please give me. Why not for meditation if you have free time? Why not? No, meditation I should do only once or maybe once a week. No. So the first step, 5 minutes. Second step is very important. What is that? Second, you simply do the second step. What is that second step? We purify the mind. temporarily by breathing and by a sound. So that will take also maybe 7 or 8 minutes. You can pick up the second, understand it clearly. Or once you receive this audio file, do the practice every day. Pick up. I will explain. This is the stage 1, this is the stage 2, this is the stage 3. And the stage 3 is very powerful. Really? So I should do only the stage 3. If you cannot digest the food, if you have a great digestive power, you can digest any kind of food, similar with the mind. So when I say it is very powerful, it doesn't mean that I can achieve success. No, let me only do the third stage. Third stage, it has only one step and 3-pointed approach. If you do that, so you can even do the third stage. That will take another 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. The stage 4 is a totally passive stage in which you deepen the experience, new experiences, instead of distraction, instead of obsession, instead of craving. And the fifth stage is the last stage of mindfulness. Let us start our journey. So you keep these principles in your mind, listen to it again and again, and do the practice. First, second, third, and the fourth stage. Understand it clearly. And maybe during the day, every stage may not take more than 5 to 7 minutes. Remember, remind the principle, and figure out today, let me do it the fourth stage. My mind has a lot of craving, it is running. Let me do it and see that result. Are you clear? I hope you are clear. Let us start. Close your eyes. The stage 1. Stage 1 is passive. It is more powerful, but the mind, it takes a repeat practice to understand and to realize the importance. In the stage 1, the step 1 is closing your eyes gently. Are you aware closing your eyes gently? First. Second thing, is the mind looking inside or looking outside? So let the mind keep looking inside your head or the heart, deep inside, into the space. And at the same time, feel, experience the position of the body. So what will happen when the mind is looking inside into the space? The body position will naturally align itself and will become steady. You'll feel that sensation. Now, I need not to do anything with the body. I always say regular practice with wisdom succeeds any meditation. But if there is no wisdom, no, let me hold my body, force my body to be still. No, it will not work. In this stage 1, the second step is being comfortable. Move the mind on the neck joint. Feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Is the mind moving gently, softly? Is the mind not in a hurry? You will achieve success. So we are not in a hurry. Casual. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. So if the mind is not in a hurry, what the mind will do? It will continue to stay on the shoulder joints. So when it continues to stay, what will happen? You will have an experience of the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. How simple it is. Any passive step is very powerful than the active. But to help the mind to reach to that state, you need a regular practice. Anyhow, move the mind on the hip joint. Mind is there, good. You feel the sensation. Now mind goes somewhere else. No problem. Bring the mind back. You're listening to me. Are you really listening to me? Bring the mind to the hip joint. Be there. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and steadiness. The entire body from the top to the toes. When you move the mind on the entire body, gradually, slowly, gently, explore all the joints, the neck joint. Instantly you have a feeling of sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Shoulder joints, elbows, wrist, fingers, hip, knees, ankles, toes. When the mind moves to all the joints, you raise awareness. So what happens when you raise awareness of these joints? The mind that has entered subconsciously, habitually, because of craving and obsession, is released from the body. So when it is released, the mind will dare not to repeat the same thoughts, but it needs a practice. You infuse consciousness in the body. So we are already comfortable, and the third step in the stage 1 is being carefree. Just for 5 minutes, couple of times during the day, the third stage is being carefree. Thoughts are coming, thank you. No thought is coming, thank you. Thoughts are being repeated, I become aware of it. Thoughts are not repeated, I become aware of it. What is this? This is being carefree. Where is carefree? The mind always likes to care us through unwanted thought pattern. And we say to the mind, goodbye. How? The way you are stand across a road and watch the traffic, the way you watch the birds flying in the sky and still aware of the space behind the birds. Similarly, there is a mental traffic, like the birds flying in the sky. But you still are aware of the space behind these thoughts. And the moment you are aware of the space behind these thoughts, what will happen? You will not get carried away by these thoughts. You experience thoughts are separate from you. You drop that craving instantly, and it happens to you, but you don't recognize. So the stage 1 is done. Now we will move to the second stage. That will also lead to the purification of the mind and the focus. So any time the mind claims that your mind is wandering, I don't have a focus, what should I do? So in those times, when the mind is really crazy and the mind is not able to think what needs to be done, remember the stage 2 and the 2 steps. Look deep inside the forehead in the space and start breathing short and quick breath. Let us do it for 2 minutes. I don't think that 2 minutes is such a long period, but I want to see, can you really do it? Start. Casual, you playful breath. Don't exhaust yourself. Play with the breath. Mind will say, no, I cannot do it. We have to do it for 2 minutes. Tell the mind, no, I will be doing it. Just I said playful breath. Short and quick breath from the ribs. Anything new, the mind is introduced. The mind objects and reacts. And the mind blames and says, no, I will be exhausted, I cannot do it. No. You can easily do it. It's like a brisk walking where the body is not being exhausted. You are simply changing the breathing pattern. Continue. And stop this. Do nothing. Experience the changes, the sensation. So we continue, we carry out. Mind says, no, you're asking me to do the 2 minutes, I cannot do it. You cannot do quick and short breath. So we are holding the mind. We say, okay, take a deep, silent, slow breath without making any noise. Remember, inhalation. Take your time. Inhale into the belly and continue to inhale into the ribs up to the neck, throat. And while breathing out, make the deep, long, and the humming sound breath coming from the nose. The longer humming you do it, and the deeper, slow and silent inhalation you do it, the brain is going to change. I'll explain in the following session how. It is such a strong and powerful journey. Within 6 or 7 minutes of the second stage, you will experience the change. Start breathing deep, silent, slow into the belly, chest, up to the throat. Take your time. No noise while inhalation, and start. Start inhaling through the nostrils. Continue to inhale, 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 and the mind may object, and that is the impurity of the mind. So you continue doing it. You do not stop, my friend. Eyes remain closed. You maintain that steadiness in the body. And then only you achieve success in the stage 2. The deeper and the longer you do, the better it is. You directly influence your brain. We'll talk in detail about this based on a lot of research studies done. What happens when we do this kind of a humming with a deep, silent and slow breath. Don't look at the phone now. That is another distraction. Continue. Do not stop. Continue. You may experience yawning, and that is a good sign. You have started changing the mind. And now this is the last time you're doing the humming. We are finishing the stage 2. Now stop humming. Do nothing. Just do nothing. Did you practice the stage 2 in the experience of the stage 1, when the body was comfortable, steady? You will achieve success easily. But you can also do the second stage during the day. Just experience the changes, do nothing. Maybe something like tingling, maybe in the brain, in the body. So that will also help you to achieve purity of the mind and the focus. Let us move to the second stage. Eyes are closed. You are into the state of steadiness. You see, that is how the mind wanders. It forgets that, am I in a steady position? Is my eyes closed? Is my mind looking inside? So you forget. That's why we need a teacher. You listen and learn again and again in a different way. So third stage. Third stage is quite interesting. And you'll find an instant change. Look inside the forehead in the space and mentally hammer in that space, mentally, in the state of steadiness of the body. What do you hammer? The mantra, om, 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 mentally. No movement of the lips and the tongue. Om inside the head. Om inside the head. Continue. Your mind is saying, you listen to it, but nobody outside is listening. You hammer. Why I use the word to express the practice, the stage 3 is hammering. You hammer the nail, and what happens to the nail? The nail goes inside into the wallet and it is fixed. So you are hammering the mind with the mantra. Why? To go inside. So when you go deep inside, a level deeper layers of the mind, like maybe 3 and 4 meters below an ocean. There is no turbulence. The waves are only on the surface. You may have a glimpse of it. Continue doing it. Mentally, no movement of the lips and the tongue. So the stage 3, that is hammering, is extremely powerful. But it has to be done when you completed the stage 1 and 2 in the entire meditation. However, the stage 3, you can do it independently, and then the stage 4 has to be done to continue. Continue. Hammering. And now look inside the heart and continue hammering again. Continue hammering. What do you hammer? It is so quick, fast, and loud you don't allow even a single thought in between two Om. How can you have a wandering mind? How you can have a craving? Because there is no thought. Only thought is the Om. So what happens? By hammering, the mind moves to the other side. What is that other side? Other side means deeper. What is the meaning of deeper? At the deeper layer, you have no thoughts. So you have a glimpse of it. Continue. Continue. Quick, fast, and loud. You don't allow a single thought in between two Om. It is so quick, fast, and loud. Breath is normal. Body is steady. So we are in the stage 3. A very powerful step coming from the Tantra. So I normally customize the practices based on different principles from the different traditions, but they follow the same principle. I'll explain to you, if you remember, why we are doing the hammering inside the head, inside the heart, and now do inside the belly button. Keep looking inside the belly button and continue hammering. When you are doing it mentally, you need not to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Your mind will say, no, are you asking me to get an instant focus? It reacts. It revolts. It starts moving the mind. Are you aware? It starts moving the body. No movement into the body. Maintain that steadiness and continue hammering. Continue hammering. You will experience a kind of blankness. Continue. Hammering. Mentally, you're not moving the lips. I'm demonstrating how you need to do it. So the noise is already, the sound of the Om is inside your head. You're not making a sound outside. That kind of a sound you're listening inside because you are hammering. Did I explain you hammering? Nail, hammer, fixed into the wall. Mind goes deep inside. We're hammering the mind. Mind, go inside. Stay there. And do nothing. Experience the change. You experience the change, and you will your mind will define, yes, I am there. Where? Look at the head and the neck. experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look at the right arm. So in the stage 3, we have hammering and this step. This step to experience the change. Move the mind on the right arm. Now you will experience the deepening of the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm. Be there. Experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. This time you will experience a kind of a stillness coming from within. Sensation deepens coming from within. And that is what I say. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the right leg. Again you experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the entire body. The stage 3, experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. We have completed the stage 3. Now the stage 4. We deepen the experience of sensation, relaxation, stillness in a passive way. The breath is going in, no change. When the breath goes in, drop in the mind Om Shanti with understanding. What is that understanding? I am the peace. And one more understanding. When the breath goes in, you are saying Om Shanti. In the background, you know it means I am the peace, and keep looking into the infinite space. When the breath comes out, the mind moves with the breath, saying Om Shanti, I am the peace, and let the mind merge into the infinite space outside and the infinite space inside. I just give you a clue. It will blow your mind. Our great masters use the word Shanti or Sukha for inner peace. So every Sanskrit word is carefully used, and behind the word we have an essence. So how do we understand that essence? In the form of what is the shape, texture of inner peace? It is of the nature of the infinite space. What? That is the meaning of Sukha. Ka means space, Su means good. And what is the good space? There is only a space, no object is there. So what I'm saying, when the breath is going in, you say Om Shanti, I'm the peace, and let the mind become the space. You're simply looking into the space. You want to imagine, okay, imagine the space, infinite space. See the beauty of this journey. In the beginning goes with the teacher. He explains you those subtle principles. Continue. It is not that you are forcing the mind to say Om Shanti. I see you and I say, hi Michelle, hi, and hi Jamie. It's natural. Same way, Om Shanti. Oh, I see the space, Om Shanti. That is why it is the stage 4. When the mind is pure, when the mind lives within, when the mind is able to see the space, we can do this step. No doubt, you can do the stage 4 also anytime. It will help you to understand if the mind is pure, within 2 or 3 minutes, you are already there. Even if the mind is crazy, lazy, obsessed, wandering, it will stop. It is so powerful a step. So if you fail, it doesn't mean that you fail. You fail because of the impurity of the mind. It means the first 3 stages has to be done regularly in order to achieve that state. No doubt, now we are moving to the stage 5. Stop saying Om Shanti. Now you say nothing. You are in a natural state with breath awareness, 3-pointed awareness of the breath. Don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. 1. You know the breath is going in and out. 2. You feel the sensation of the breath. 3. You are not doing anything. You are aware of the breath going in and out, feeling the sensation, no change. So in that state of doing nothing, but with awareness of the breath, the mind brings in lot of experiences because the mind has started living within. And if you are simply aware of the breath, not focus, with a 3-pointed awareness of the breath, and you experience the body has become totally still, you may have some tingling, numbness and freezing of the body. You may undergo other experiences like vision and the colors, a lightness in the head. The body becomes so heavy, you feel like heaviness or lightness, a lot of experiences. All the previous 4 stages are merged into the 5th in the state of now do nothing. The last stage, the pinnacle of the state of mindfulness, which is known as effortlessness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind to the right hand. Feel the change. Move the mind on the left hand. Feel the change. Open your eyes slowly. We are not putting your hands on the eyes due to coronavirus. And now open your eyes Let us share our experiences and see what happened. How are you, Anne?
Do you hear me now? Oh.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I could also.
I did, yes.
I could see the smile on Jamie's face also, and the Michelle also. Yeah.
Felt very good. Yes.
Good. How are you, Jamie? You have to unmute your volume icon, sound icon.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right.
I saw the smile on your face while. What happened?
Yes. What happened? I thought, how come I've never ever had craving for food? It's amazing.
You don't have a craving for food?
No, I don't think it has ever come to my mind. But anyway, this is just, I think, whatever differences. But I do many, many silly things, other things, thinking, I've lost all my pictures that in my travels.
Okay.
So that has been bothering me whole day. Every time I come back to it again, oh my God, who did it? Who did it? What happened?
It is self-explanatory. Understand one thing, my friend, that the craving is a mental attitude, a mental trigger. It is a mental agitated state. Whether some people have craving for food, other people have craving for maybe computer, some others may have a craving for pictures, as you have already explained.
Yeah.
So it is not important that what object outside I have craving for. I have to pacify the very state of agitation in the mind that is craving. That is why this practice today.
Yeah, that's good. No, I understood that this was just an example.
Yeah, wonderful. Yes,
you goes everywhere, other places.
Yes, you are wise. Yeah, I can understand. So, how are you, Michelle?
I'm doing well. Tired today. Had difficulty concentrating just because of either body pains or just different thoughts. But a lot of the things that you have gone through, I remember when you were here in Jersey, and it's been a while since I've practiced those things. I'm a little out of practice as well.
Mm-hmm.
I will explain you one thing, and you should remember the principles, especially. Say, for example, you have an extreme pain and you can redirect your mind to follow the third stage first, which is hammering. You don't listen to the thought of a pain in the body and you start hammering your mind mentally. Maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes inside the forehead, inside the heart, inside the belly. Just continue doing it. You will find that your mind has jumped to the other side. Other side means pain is this side and mind has jumped on this side. I do not want to compare it with Jamie and Michelle. I don't want to compare this state with local anesthesia. Don't compare, but I just give you a glimpse of it. So what happens when you are hammering it? The mind jumps from attachment with the fear about the pain to the state of the peace. But provided we need to do the practice, helps you to reach to that state. So within a few minutes, I'll be sending you this file to your email, download, and start the practice. We will meet next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
for our finale.
Thank you.
Good to see you, everybody.
Good to see
Bye.
you.